Welcome everyone to yet another edition of the Economic Times Cutting Chai Conversations, a series of videos with CXOs over chai or coffee, if that's your preference, where we talk about their lives, hobbies, interests, and touch on various other topics. The whole idea of this conversation is to get a sense of what CXOs of several prominent companies like to do when they are not in CXO mode. The urgency and pressure on CXOs and tech leaders as they navigate the COVID-19 pandemic has been immense. They have been constantly monitoring myriad ways to ensure that their respective companies stay on course in the new normal. The incredible demands placed on them makes us often wonder how they have time for family, hobbies, or any personal downtime. And let's not forget that they are mere mortals. This initiative is aimed to create a different and deeper connection with them. Today, I have the pleasure of engaging and having a conversation with Aabhinna Suresh Khare, EVP and Chief Digital Officer, Bajaj Capital. Welcome, Aabhinna.
Thank you. Thank you for calling here, Ivan.
You're most welcome. Okay, so let's dive straight into it. My first question to you is on a slightly lighter note. What were the 2 or 3 things you did during the lockdown that you didn't normally do?
Focus more on connecting with people where work was involved rather than connecting on generic things. So because of COVID, there was really not a possibility of going out, enjoying a short break outside, a stroll around the office, or just standing outside with friends, or even sharing gyms. So what we did was, one thing was, all connections happened for work. That was something which was very, very specific. Second thing that happened was, because we were, we are into digital world, are part of the work. So everything was about what the competitor is doing, and are they doing it faster than what you are, because it's the early birds catches the worm. So
True.
the idea was always to figure out what the other people in the markets are doing and how they are doing it faster than what you can do.
Sure. And anything on the home front? I mean, cooking, helping with the kitchen, helping with household chores, something that you didn't do before this.
Honestly, I used to do all of those things before also. But yeah, I have a daughter who is 1.5 year old, so I could give more time to see her, really be with her at this time, because I was not traveling. That
Right.
was something which was very, very nice.
Wonderful. Okay, let's rewind a little, Aabhinna. If you were to go back to the early years of your childhood, school, or later college, was there anybody who influenced you in those formative years? And as a follow-up, what ambitions did you have then as a teenager?
So my one single role model has been my dad, very clearly from early childhood, because he was a principal from a college, had thousands of students coming in, going, and we have seen that. But one peculiar thing was, whether it was success or failure, he had absolutely same reactions to it, which always made me wonder is why he's not very happy, because we could never realize that, never euphoric, happy, always smiling. But if the bad thing also happened, it was like, no worries, happens. So one thing that I still try to catch from my role model, my dad, is to just treat both winning and losing absolutely same. Like, it does not matter. That is your job, you did it, did not result bad, happened great, okay, good, go on to the next mountain to climb. So that one thing has stayed with me for till now. And in as a teenager, I was very, very, like every teenager, you tend to find faults in your parents, that what they are not able to do, or why they are not doing it, or why somebody else is doing it better. And when I even had couple of points which I did not agree to him, like I wanted to do economic honors. I thought economics is the field to be, and my dad was a doctorate in economics. So I
Okay.
always said I want to do this. This is the field to study. But he said, no, you first have to do engineering. Uh,
Hmm.
that's what my suggestion is. You will do better there, right? And I did engineering only. But what happened was, as a teenager, I thought, why is he pushing me to a field which is not going to, which I am not very, very happy doing, right? Because I could do economic honors. I was a good student throughout my career. So that one thing, later on I realized uh, the value of having the environment around which could change you. So I did my engineering from National Institute of Technology, and the kind of the number of people, thousands of people together, many professors, a systematic study of things, uh, changed the way I did lot of things in my life. So I see that as a very important influence. Moments were more influential than the people.
Wonderful. A great philosophy that your dad had is, I mean, it's for me, it's the philosophy from the Bhagavad Gita, is that do your duty and don't be attached too much to the results, uh, good or bad. Don't get carried away. I think that's a fantastic philosophy. Great. Uh, our generation has witnessed the VUCA world, uh, and with the COVID-19 pandemic being a prime example of that. Uh, what kind of learnings can be taken forward from these crises? Be it personal, be it professional, be it related to the organization, anything. What are your thoughts on that, Abid?
First and foremost, that I think is, we are living in a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant time in the history of world. Right, this is the time to be alive. If it was the last best time which was to be alive, was when industrial TV complex was being made, when Henry Ford was making T model, and people were becoming a cog in the wheel. This is actually the reverse of it happening, where we are not going to be cog in the wheels. And anyone who says, I want to be, I have a passion for this, I can actually come and start building onto that, right? And the their teachers are always available. If you are ready, the teachers will arrive. That has changed in the VUCA world. Teachers are always ready. Are you ready to learn from them
Right,
now? So that is the fundamental change which I see, and the possibility. It's a blessing to be alive in this time. It's a really a blessing. If we are not counting blessing, there is some problem in the individual's philosophy. If they are seeing it that there is lot of politics, there is lot of chaos. Nature is always interested in chaos. It's the human beings who have been interested in systems, right?
right,
Nature has always been interested in chaos, and chaos gives opportunity to do things. So, being a doer, I personally want to do things. I have a very clear philosophy which I share with. I am very, very fortunate, blessed. Again, I say that I report to Mr. Rajiv Bajaj and Sanjeev Bajaj. Sanjeev Bajaj is the my reporting boss. The founder, the MD for Bajaj Capital. And
right,
the best thing that happens with me is I get to be pushed like a coach pushes a team, right? So, and I am ready to take that push. So I believe in the VUCA world, there is so many things happening, that people who can have calm and not attach themselves to the final output, like if it does not happen, does not happen, but you tried it, and who have no fear of failure. I think it's a perfect time to do experiment. Nobody is going to question, because none of us, at this stage, are going to die without food. or without right kind of medical assistance, unless God forbid something wrong happens. We are in a very safe world today. We are painted a picture that things are very bad, complex, but because we consume that, right? That is what sells. But if you
Right.
just take a back seat and say what you are doing, we are having tremendous opportunity. See the kind of viewership you have. See the You want to be a wine connoisseur, you have an audience out there to do that. You want to make cheese, you have an audience out there. You want to do digital marketing, there is a market, people out there for you. Everybody is so beautifully connected. It's a blessing to be alive.
True. I mean, that's a great attitude to have in terms of looking at chaos and looking at it in terms of positivity, with the kind of opportunities and that are there out there. So I think that's very well put, and thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you maintain a work life balance, or a work from home life balance, and just as a follow up, how does one remain detached from work to have a balanced life and mental peace during these times?
One of the things I believe, even is, the word when you say work life is wrong. The part of life is work. So they are not two different. There is a work life and there is personal life. So there is no work life, only work life balance. Because when you say work life balance, so this is our work life, right? And there is a personal life. Nobody talks about personal life. So there is work life. Second thing is, you are saying work as before life,
Right.
right? So it is not life work, it is work life that we are saying. So anyway, it cannot be balanced. It's a wrong notion. I think there are maybe greats, I am yet to learn from them or meet them or read them. I don't think that there exists a word called balance for work right now, because of the changes. What happens is, if you are not ready to create life's work for yourself, if this is not your life's work, then you are at a wrong place. You may
True.
not change it, you may have responsibilities, but you really need to have good amount of right factor of luck. Say for example, I can copy all your secrets of being the great artist you are, right? Be the great theater artist that you are, but I cannot copy your luck. I can copy all the features of Elon Musk, but I cannot copy his luck of being born in that time and that thing. That makes us humble and make us humans, and that should make us human, right? That we cannot copy. No one can copy anybody's luck.
Yeah.
That is one thing not copyable. So I think, if there is a book called Passion Paradox, if it is not something you are completely passionate, if it is not consuming you fully, right, then you are not going to live a life. You will always be chasing something else. That's why when people go for holiday, I keep saying, may your Instagram feed be, may your life be as great as your Instagram feed, right?
True.
So that's a blessing you can give to people. That's what we call Ashirwad. May your life be really be as cool as you show on social media, because it is not. It
True.
is not. That chase is futile. That is race to the bottom.
True.
The real race is, am I connecting with you right now and being 100% here? And if that happens in business, if we are into a business where Bajaj Capital is a 56-year-old company, we have been here for 5 decades. We have seen it all, right from an Indochina war to a crisis, multiple economic crisis, and we have came out. What is lesson is, we do every product imaginable on finance. The resilience is so high. Why? Because you cannot break the process. There is a system which is working. There are new systems which comes and things adopt.
Yeah.
So you have to be completely passionate. And last thing, about the work-life balance, what I find is, you have to constantly be chasing the present moment. Lot of people live life like they want to just go past this moment.
Hmm.
It's a very critical thing. People don't get it. And I want to stress it again. Most of people live their life like this moment is a hurdle which they have to cross to get to next. So they wait, आज बस ऑफिस खत्म हो जाए, फिर घर एक बार पहुंच जाए, फिर जब घर पहुंच जाए बस एक बार बैठ जाए, फिर फोन मिल जाए, फिर कुछ एक फीड मिल जाए, फिर थोड़ी देर कैन आई गेट अ नेटफ्लिक्स, कैन आई देन गेट अ another dope. So we are just living for next dope to dope without realizing that this moment is to be experienced right now, rather than looking at it as a hurdle to go to next moment. If you do that, then the balance is right here, right now. Otherwise, it
Absolutely.
is not there anywhere else.
Absolutely. What you've said resonates with me completely. I know it's a little philosophical, but that's the way it is. And sometimes we shy away from actually bringing in this existential questions about what comes first. And like you said, it's life. It's the eternal question of, are we human beings with a spiritual being also? Are we spiritual beings basically on this planet, which is just now in this journey of ours a part of a human body? And it completely resonates with me, Abhin. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
How would you describe your leadership style?
Again, I will take a 30-second detour to tell you what it exactly means for me. My job is to give value to stakeholders. That is the
Right.
clear job, right? Those stakeholders are my company owners, my customers, my teams, whatever actions that gives maximum value to the 5 6 stakeholders,
Right.
keeping all intent same. Everybody's intent is to not destroy the environment we are, but still live the life we want to, right? Experience the world that we are into. So the leadership style is very clear. I manage everything on a very, moving on from a spiritual and philosophy to little bit of tangible things. We manage everything on an OKR, which is objective and key results. Everybody in my team knows what they have to achieve this week. It's written on a document which gets discussed every Monday. They write how much percentage they have achieved it. And every day we have a culture at Bajaj Capital as huddle culture, where every day the boss are supposed to discuss with the team what they need to do to shine brighter. Because if my team shines, I shine. So this philosophy has been very clearly. I have been again, very fortunate to get bosses in my entire career. In right from a startup world to a corporate and then back to corporate, is I have had bosses who wanted people to shine. So, and when you want people to shine, you have to give them honest, candid feedback of what is stopping them to get the next level of growth. So,
Nice.
so
Wonderful.
that's been the approach. So I have my clear one-on-ones with my teams. I have very clearly written goals, what they need to do to achieve it. And then there are challenges which are there. That's why we are here.
Sure, sure, sure. Great. I mean, what we'll do is we'll move on to a nice, fun segment. The
Yeah.
idea is to get to know the CXO beyond the professional job and title.
Yeah.
This session is called the one word, one line answer. So I'll throw some questions at you, and
Yeah.
I expect you to respond either in one word or in a line, a sentence. Yeah. So
Sure.
are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Describe your journey in 3 words.
Bounce back again.
Wow. Wonderful. What are any organization's biggest asset? And choose one of the 3 options that I'm giving you. Is it capital or money? Is it people or is it technology?
Uh, People and money, I would say. Uh, out of these
Okay.
three, out of these three, people and money.
Okay. Which is your favorite holiday destination?
My home. I am very happy at my home.
Really? Okay. Okay. All-time favorite meal?
Uh, Chicken, anything in chicken is
Okay.
superb.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that you like to do when you're not working?
I love to read.
Okay. Wonderful. If you were not the EVP or Chief Digital Officer of Bajaj Capital today,
Yeah.
uh, what would you be?
Uh, Honestly, not of Bajaj Capital, but of some other company. I would be doing the same thing.
Okay.
I would be chief digital officer of some other company, but this is what I would
Okay.
be doing. Yeah.
Okay. Which business leader do you look up to or admire the most?
Uh, One person I do and everybody does is Mr. Ratan Tata, for his ability to manage every perceptions out there, just not to deliver the value to stakeholders. And second, I am very very happy with my current set of place that I am at. uh, Mr. Sanjeev Bajaj has been a very very big influence and giving me opportunities to scale. So these two.
Okay, great. Favorite sport?
The typical tier 2 guy, town guy, cricket, right?
Mine too.
Yeah, and proudly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A quality or trait that you admire most in people, if you were to pick up one quality or trait that you admire most in people.
I only admire the trait which I have in people.
Okay.
So if I have the trait, I will admire in there. If I don't have, I can't admire. I That's my belief. And it's the one trait is getting things done. Don't give
Wonderful.
excuses. Get things done or get out of the way. Let somebody else do it.
Okay. Wonderful. So the last question for this particular segment, I want you to complete this sentence. Life is incomplete without.
My daughter.
Ah, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. You did very well in the
Thank you.
one word, one line answer. That was great. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. A last, just a couple of questions that we can take now. Uh, I mean, digital to a large extent is eroding the physical touch among us.
Hmm.
The person to person contact is on the wane. Being the chief digital officer, how do you view the entire scenario?
Uh, so next 5 to 10 years, everything that can be digitized will be digitized. Everything, you know. Uh, in fact, I would ask any listener that we will have is to read a essay called "The Machine Stops." It was written in 1984. It's a 12-page
Okay.
essay. It's available on online. You can just Google it. It's a free must read. The Machine Stops. It talks about all this that happens, and it was written in 1984. Right.
Okay.
Uh, See, what I see is people will start valuing one-on-one interaction very highly. We will appreciate people. Mark Zuckerberg knows everybody's birthday, but if I do a call to you on your birthday and do a personalized message and give you a wish, that very moment is sealed in our life. So I think more and more appreciation of quality conversation, meeting with people you love, and digital will enable that, and it will enable that very very nicely, because for everyone you don't want to meet physically, you can meet and you will have no constraint to do what you don't want to do. So I think
Right.
it's going to be a wonderful wonderful time. We will have three choices in life as we move forward because of this digital transformation. One is live in a world where there is nothing digitally available. Go into prehistoric era, live in forest, manage it, let the nature do it. Whatever is happening, you will not get the kind of hospitals, not the kind of doctors who will make sure that you are alive for longest time, but you will manage everything naturally.
Right.
Second will be the choice that you will be in a middle path where certain part of your life will be digitally, certain part will be physical in nature. So it is phygital which you will work, which is most of the world now. And the third part where every action of yours will be monitored, every work of yours will be scrutinized, every action of yours will be recorded, but you will have a great long life because it will give you that life. So we all of us in next 10 years will stand at a point where we have to choose which of the three road we take. That's
Sure.
what my belief is. That's going to happen very soon. I may be wrong, even it may not take a decade.
I think it makes sense. It makes complete sense. My final question to you.
Yes.
Uh, what would be your message for millennials who today, as we see around us, are prone to stress, depression, and anxiety? Any message for them?
Two things. One, understand that being lonely and being alone is two different things. When you
Sure.
are in a group of people and still you are lonely, that is when you have stress.
Sure.
You have to figure out that uh, you have to travel within, find your own connects of what drives you. People
Right.
cannot. That is one. Second, for the millennial, what I want to request, if I may, and if they ever listen to this, is uh, find your way to alone time and enjoy that time without mobile, without anything. Just look at green things, go for a walk, whatever it is, but it is alone time. And that's what I said. Please do not take this moment as a hurdle to cross. This is
Right.
not a moment. This moment is not a hurdle to go to next moment. This is a moment to be lived, experienced.
Wonderful. I see that recurring theme, and it just makes sense. It makes complete sense to me. Well, that brings us to the end of this edition of the Economic Times Cutting Chai Conversations. A big thank you to Suresh Khare, EVP and Chief Digital Officer, Bajaj Capital, for taking time off from your busy schedule and joining us on this series. We wish you, on behalf of the Economic Times, personally and professionally, the very best going forward. Thank you for your
Thank
time.